our important topic, that is the expansion and consolidation of British rule. और अगर if we have to study this from the PT perspective, then largely we can divide this in certain part. So first will be the military acts. Then we will have ideology. Then we will have political acts. We will have apparatus of rule. Then we will have method of financing. And then means of spreading. Largely we can group or we can understand this entire expansion and the consolidation of the British rule. The first is the military acts. So whatever the war they had fought, the Britishers had fought, the Battle of Plassey, the Battle of Buxar, the Anglo-Mysore War, the Anglo-Maratha War. So all these things will come under this and the respective treaty. Okay, so this part I will not be dealing with. It has been adequately dealt in one of the source which you all people are reading. What is important is that you remember the first of all the sequence, in what chronological sequence things are going on. If any battle is fought, then who are on the opposite side, the leaders of the both side, the important treaty through which it is coming to an end. So in that way you have to read that, and the important governor, that is also can be one factor. So in that way you try to cover all this military acts. ठीक है, पढ़ाने बैठूंगा तो आप सबके सब बोर हो जाएंगे, because there is nothing to explain. Okay, ideologies, this is something all of you have to understand, and here we study Orientalism, Anglicism, evangelism, and then utilitarianism. This is at Political Act from Regulating Act of 1773. Evangelism 1773 to Charter Act of 1853. This is that. Again this part I will not be taking. ये आप लोग के सोर्सेस में दिया हुआ है, लक्ष्मीकांत से अगर आप देना चाहते हैं हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड में, इट हैज बीन एडिक्वेटली डिस्कस्ड. सो व्हाटएवर दैट विल बी द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द यूपीएससी, इट हैज लार्जली बीन डिस्कस्ड हियर. सो अगेन आई विल नॉट बी डिस्कसिंग दैट पार्ट. इन द apparatus of rule we have to study about judiciary, army, police, Indian civil services, how the rise it's taking place. Okay, and then resident and paramountancy. Two concepts are there, resident and the paramountancy. Method of financing, basically the permanent settlement, the Raiyatwari settlement and the Mahalwari settlement. And in the means of spreading, we basically study education policy and the role of press. Residency and paramountancy. Residency and paramountancy. And in the means of spreading, education and then the press. These are the areas where we can understand this, or we can bifurcate. For our prelims part, we can bifurcate this topic in this way.
Please repeat this one, the method of financing.
Method of financing: permanent settlement, revenue, Rayatwari settlement and Mahalwari settlement. Okay. So now we will go sequence wise. This is the sequence we have to study. और अगर इसी sequence में पढ़ोगे तो जल्दी समझ में भी आएगा. ठीक है. सबसे पहले सारे military acts. Now what is the result of this military act? It has given you the area. You have acquired that area. Now there is debate or confrontations are there that how do you rule these people? What are the various ways, what are the various methods then you can or which should be adopted in order to rule these people, and hence in the ideological factor the first to come is the Orientalism. Now what is this Orientalism? Any idea?
Study of own culture and history.
Who will study the own culture and history?
The Indians.
तो उससे होगा, तो उससे ब्रिटिश को क्या फायदा होगा?
मतलब the British, sir, controversy थी ना, Orientalism and history. English was the Western education and Orientalist was the...
I'm talking about ideological education. तो मैंने बताया ही, वो तो means of expression में आएगा, ये means of expansion में आएगा.
चल रहा है उसी हिसाब से चलने से विशेष ज्यादा किंग मेकर का वो नॉन प्ले करने लगे जो रूल कर रहे थे.
अगर हम पीटी पर्सपेक्टिव से if we try to look this topic, how the UPSC has asked question, basically what it signifies: important personality and important acts or institution. अगर प्रीवियस ईयर के क्वेश्चन पेपर देखें तो इसी 3 ब्रॉड फॉर्मेट में यूपीएससी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा हुआ है. So the moment when these people had acquired the territories in India, the first and the foremost question was, how do we govern these people? Should we begin with direct rule or should there be an indirect rule? Now the favor was in terms of indirect rule. किसी भी आप नए जगह पे जाएंगे जहां पे कि आप एलियन हैं, तो वहां पे अपने आप को स्टैब्लिश करने के लिए आपको वहां के लोगों के ट्रेडिशंस को, वहां के लोगों के थॉट्स को, क्यों, व्हाई you have fought with the political power, not with the masses. This is the distinguishing thing. Any political battle, any political thing, you can defeat the political power, but the moment if the masses will rise, you will not be able to withstand. And you can find out that how independence was achieved, largely a mass movement. That is why we were able to uproot it. Now you have to take the consonance of the masses. You have to recognize their means, whatever their values, whatever their tradition, however, whatever their thoughts and thinking was. You have to give space to that. So Orientalism basically means what? That ruling, or write down, Orientalism, it basically focused to produce a knowledge of India's past, to service the needs of the colonial state, helping to legitimize their rule in Indian idiom. So basically what? That the conquered people has to be ruled in their own laws. Okay? So what will be their characteristic features? Basically, these people or this idea focused and urge to know about Indian culture and tradition, and to establish a connection between Sanskrit, Greek and the Latin learning, which largely belongs to a part of the Indo-European family. Okay? And to understand India's antiquity with that of classical West. India's antiquity to that of classical West. Okay? Important personalities in whose action we find the reflection of this Orientalism, basically Sir William Jones and Warren Hastings. Important institutions which reflected the idea of this Orientalism: Calcutta Madrasa, which was established in 1781 by Warren Hastings; Asiatic Society of Bengal in the year 1784, established by Sir William Jones. Calcutta Madrasa in 1781 by Warren Hastings. Asiatic Society of Bengal 1784, Sir William Jones. Sanskrit College at Banaras in the year 1794 by Jonathan Duncan. Okay? So, and all these institutions, they were meant to promote the study of Indian languages and scriptures. Okay? This was the earliest set of idea which was there. Now after this, at some point of time, they have consolidated their rule. Yes?
Indian languages and
Scriptures.
Sanskrit College was established in which year?
Sanskrit College 1794 by Jonathan Duncan, who was a resident of Banaras, or resident at the court of Banaras. Okay? Now after this, the second set of idea is the Anglicism. It basically favored for the Anglicization of Indian administration. Anglicization of Indian administration. See, initially they are following this method. Now that this Orientalist method govern people in their own ways and method, that would be helpful in the initial time. But suppose if we are, in terms of revenue collection, in terms of policing, in terms of judicial function, now the European people are interpreting any act in one way, and the Maulvis and the Brahmins, they are interpreting it in different way. So constant clash is going on. That constant clash is leading them. So they are, in terms of power, they are at upper hand. So they are saying that we have established ourselves. So why not anglicize the entire Indian administration? Whatever the method and the policy which we follow in the England or in the Western world, that we will follow here. So basically this was the idea of Anglicism. So it favored Anglicization of administration. Limited government interference. Limited government interference. Separation of power between judiciary and executive. and to help Indians come out of their despotism. Now what is this despotism? Have you heard or ever this idea of Oriental despotism? Have you ever heard this word?
It's a fundamentalism of Indian society or the people, like that Indian culture or is superior.
What is this Oriental despotism? During the medieval period, we find one of the traveler, Francois Buchanan, who has traveled extensively in the Mughal Empire. Okay, and he, whatever experiences he had around that time, he penned down in one of the book, that is the Travels in the Mughal Empire. Now that book was widely studied in the European world, Western world, and there was one of the philosophers, that is Montesquieu. A political philosopher was there, Montesquieu, and he developed this idea or this notion of Oriental despotism. That basically, that in India there was absence of individual rights and individual property. All land, all property belonged to one of the sovereign, that is the monarch. This is what. So now the Anglicist says that the reason for the backwardness of the Indian society laid that these people did not have individual rights and individual property right.
So इसका मीनिंग ये होता है कि अलग थलग हो जाना.
अलग थलग नहीं, इंडिविजुअल राइट्स नहीं है. आज के डेट में हमारे पास इंडिविजुअल राइट्स है. What their thought was that if individual rights, individual property right would be given to these people, the sense of entrepreneurship, the sense of generating the mercantilist idea will come to them, because that will provide them an opportunity to come to the trade, and in that way they will develop. Largely the reason is that these people are only agriculture oriented and they are not concerned about the technological growth. Why they are not concerned about? Because due to the doctrine that they are not having any kind. Because whatever they will produce, they will have to divide it for the monarch. So this is the point what the Anglicism, or when they said to make Indians come out of despotism, that is granting individual right and property right to the Indians. It will much more become clearer when we move inside the topic. Okay. Right now write down only the important features and the points of that, how you have to tackle this topic from the UPSC PT perspective. Okay. Now important personalities who are associated with this idea of Anglicism: Lord Cornwallis, Edmund Burke and Lord Wellesley. Edmund Burke, B-U-R-K, and Lord Wellesley. One of the example of this idea of Anglicism will be the permanent settlement. Okay. Now the third set of idea is evangelism. Evangelism. It aimed to crusade against Indian barbarism and advocated the permanence of British rule, and mission to change the very within quote the nature of Hindustan through the dissemination of through the dissemination of Christian light, so that Indians get the benefit of good government and best ideas. So largely these evangelists, they believe in the missionary activities, that is the conversion, and they believed that if the people will be converted to Christianity, then automatically their barbarism will get reduced and they will be enlightened. Good government and best ideas.
Sir, best
Ideas in terms of administration. They advocated the shift of companies' attention from trader to those of a ruler, and advocated free market policy. Okay. Now, important personality who are associated with this: Charles Grant, William Wilberforce, Thomas Munro, Mountstuart Elphinstone, John Elphinstone, okay, John Malcolm, and Charles Metcalfe. Malcolm, Sacred Games वाला Malcolm. कौन वही है?
ये मेटकाफ हाउस यहाँ पे है, ब्रिटिश आगे जो यहाँ पे शायद यूपीएससी की ट्रेनिंग चलती थी पहले, अर्ली टाइम, मसूरी से पहले भी चलती थी.
Important act which is associated with evangelist is the Charter Act of 1813, which allowed the missionaries.
1813.
हाँ.
आपने इवेंटलिज्म का क्या बताया? कन्वर्जन एक्टिविटीज में भी थे, बट ये 1813 के एक्ट में तो उनको स्प्रेड ऑफ एजुकेशन के लिए 1 लाख रुपया कुछ तो
नहीं, मिशनरीज को भी अलाउ कर दिया गया था दोनों का. करो,
बताता हूँ, एजुकेशन में बताऊंगा मैं. Important act, the Charter Act of 1830. It ended companies' monopoly over India's trade. So they had advocated for free trade. First point is clear. And allowed Christian missionaries to enter India. Earlier they were not allowed. Under the idea of the Orientalism and Anglicism, even though the Anglicist favor for the English administration, one point was that they favored individual rights. So that is why they were not allowing this religious conversion process. But evangelists were those people who were saying that no, it should be allowed. Okay. The last and the final is which finally consolidated was the UT and here the master blaster, that is the James Mill, came. That is the master blaster person. Okay. So there is a rhyming जब भी हम लोग पढ़ते हैं कि जेम्स मिल तू कहीं तो मिल कभी तो मिल, because he was the person, the history of British India, where he started with this nomenclature of ancient India as Hindu India, medieval India as Muslim India, and modern India or British India as modern India. Yes, फर्स्ट टाइम इसी ने पायनियर किया था. एंशिएंट इंडिया को बताया पूरा हिंदू इंडिया, मिडीवल इंडिया को पूरा बता दिया मुस्लिम इंडिया, और जो अपना रूल था उसको क्या बताया, मॉडर्न इंडिया, कि अब आप मॉडर्निटी में आ रहे हैं. और उसी ट्रेडिशन को लोगों ने आंख बंद करके फॉलो किया, उसी के राइटिंग को, उसी के मेथड को, उसी के तौर तरीकों को आंख बंद करके फॉलो किया गया. जनरेशन ऑफ ICS सर्वेंट्स, जनरेशन ऑफ जो भी उस समय पढ़े लोगों ने फॉलो किया. It was only the contribution of the nationalist people that we have been able to come out of that shackles of that prejudiced knowledge. Okay. So in the word of utilitarianism, that what India needed was an effective schoolmaster. India needed an effective schoolmaster, that is a wise government promulgating good legislation. They argued good laws, efficient and enlightened administration, were the most effective agents of change. Good laws, efficient and enlightened administration were the most effective agents of change, and the idea of rule of laws was a necessary precondition for improvement. So what we study in our Indian Constitution, from here we trace the origin of the idea of the rule of law. Okay, this is the time period. So here you see what kind of dichotomy is there. The work they have written, how they have classified, but some of their ideas, is it not good that when they are saying that there should be rule of law, और जो कि आज के डेट में हम फॉलो कर रहे हैं, is it not? So अगर हम एक आइडियोलॉजी को सिर्फ किसी एक ही पर्सपेक्टिव में अगर देखने लगेंगे, so we will not be biased or not. That is why we have to study in totality. जहाँ अच्छा था अच्छा है, जहाँ बुरा है वहाँ बुरा है.
वैसे maximum good to maximum numbers. Maximum good है rule of law. ठीक है.
In many things you will find that they were largely good, that enacting legislation, okay, giving the idea of the good governance. आज के भी डेट में ये सारी चीजें चल रहा है. We always say that, we always demand that. Okay. So important personalities who are associated with this utilitarianism: James Mill, Jeremy Bentham.
Sir, James
Mill. M-I-L-L. Scottish. Jeremy Bentham, Lord Bentinck, Lord Dalhousie, and Lord Macaulay. Okay. So these ideas were largely found or had an influence up to whatever the regulating act or the charter act which were made till the 1857. And after the 1857 we have the emergence of one new idea, that is, write down, we have the emergence of Victorian liberalism that made paternalism the dominant ideology of the Raj. Okay.
ideology of Raj.
Yes, Raj, British Raj. Okay.
दूसरा राज के लिए
अभी है, अभी
है सर.
पेशेंस रखो अभी. Now see how things are going on. Through all the military war and the act, we have acquired the territories. Now ideologically we are also clear that how we will govern ourselves. What are the ways and the methods. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि इसमें कोई डिमार्केशन है कि पहले हमेशा ओरिएंटलिज्म ही रहेगा या उसके बाद में एंग्लिसिज्म आएगा. इन जनरल होता है कि जो भी पहले एक्ट हुए वो ओरिएंटलिज्म से था, फिर एंग्लिसिज्म, इवेंजलिज्म एंड लास्टली यूटिलिटेरियनिज्म. बट समटाइम्स ओवरलैपिंग कैन बी ऑल्सो देयर. ठीक है, ये याद रखना है. सो नाउ वी हैव
The first step towards achieving your dreams is having the right coach. Get the best education with Lokman IAS and make your UPSC dreams come true. Download the app now.